tipping into famine, where medical supplies are very, very scarce indeed.
And that was the United Nations Under-Secretary General for Humanitarian Affairs, Martin Griffiths, in his interview with AP yesterday on hunger and famine that's now taking place in the Tigray region. This situation started when fighting erupted in November 2020 as a result of a dispute between Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and fighters in the country's mountainous northern region of Tigray. Since then, 2 million people have been displaced and more than 350,000 are facing famine, with one key humanitarian aid route being blocked. Joining us now to discuss this dire situation and to talk about it is human rights advocate for the Omna Tigray Advisory Group, Mèaza Gebre-Mehdin. Glad you could join us, Mèaza. Talk to us about what's happening in Tigray and why starvation is now being used as a weapon.
Thank you so much for having me today. As you properly elaborated it at the beginning, the Ethiopian government is using starvation alongside weaponized rape as a war tactic. And the people of Tigray, for the past almost 11 months now, haven't had access to humanitarian aid. But as recently as 3 months ago, the Ethiopian government put a human siege on Tigray, leaving Tigrayans without access to food, to water, to fuel, and that's exacerbating the humanitarian crisis on the ground. And this is mainly because the Ethiopian government understands that food and hunger can be used to eliminate an entire group of people. That's why they're continuing to starve the people of Tigray in the darkness. And people are already dying in hundreds every day. And it's very saddening.
Mèaza, you mentioned specifically the idea of how women have been targeted. Is that something that other countries can weigh in on, help the women of Tigray, knowing that gender-based violence is a crime?
Right, exactly. And what makes the gender-based violence and the rape in Tigray unique is it's being used as a war tactic. It's being used as a means of eliminating the entire population of Tigray. Women in Tigray are not only being attacked because of their gender, but also because of their ethnic identity. And the intentions of annihilating the entire population of Tigray has been expressed by those that committed all these war crimes against the women in Tigray. As they raped them, they would tell them that they were doing it in order to cleanse the bloodline of Tigrayans and also to make sure that a Tigrayan woman doesn't continue to give birth. So these genocidal intentions are very clear, and the Ethiopian government did so little to hide their intentions. But given the circumstances, the international community, particularly the US government, can do right by the people. First of all, by recognizing the Tigray genocide for what it is. And after recognizing the Tigray genocide, it will invoke a lot of significant measures that can alleviate the suffering of the innocent people of Tigray, including the women.
Mèaza, when you were on this program talking to Naira and me several months ago, you predicted that this would be a likelihood if the United States and the United Nations did not intervene back then. Why has it taken so long, and do you think U.S. intervention and UN intervention will take place now?
It's taking so long because the world doesn't have the necessary political will to take action. The US government alongside the UN seem to think that the Ethiopian government is somehow redeemable, somehow that it's a reformist, but they're not. For 11 months, we have seen time and again civilians being targeted because of their ethnic identity, not only in Tigray, but also all across the country. The country has become an example of chaos and genocide. So the international community really has all the evidence. They know what's happening. They know who's committing what kind of crime against civilians. But I feel like they're sitting on the evidence because they don't have the necessary political will to save innocent lives. But there are some hopes from the Biden administration because last week the Biden administration has issued a presidential order that kind of threatens warring parties, particularly the Ethiopian government and the Eritrean government, with different kinds of sanctions, but time is of the essence. As we speak, around 6 million Tigrayans do not have access to humanitarian aid, and they're in need of emergency food supplies. And if the US doesn't intervene alongside the UN in the coming 2 weeks or so, an entire population will start to perish in the dark. So, you know, it's very sad, but the political commitment is lacking.
Well, and this, of